The Technosphere. This short film looks into the Technosphere and what it means to be part of it. But first, we need to understand how we got here. The Anthropocene, a new geological epoch scientists have identified, one that points to the unprecedented effect that us, Homo sapiens, are having on the Earth. Anthropo, meaning human, and scene, standing for the geologic time. As our world population has grown and developed, there is no wonder we have caused an impact. It can be questioned on when exactly the Anthropocene era started, be it when we developed our agriculture or the Industrial Revolution, or the great acceleration of industry and population in the mid-20th century. The point being is that humans induced change on the Earth system, be it not just climate change through our production of GHG emissions, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide and other gases, through our quest to fuel the hungry powerhouse that is the human species. To grow food for our expanding population and to build houses, packaging and fuel, we cut down over half of the world's rainforest and continue to do so. This has led to the environmental degradation in forms of desertification, reduction in natural carbon sink, and also destroyed habitats, putting species and plants at risk. It is a fact that we are in a mass extinction. 1 in 6 species are threatened with extinction if climate change continues. We are affecting the existence of other species as well as our own if we carry on this way. You, me, anyone watching this video right now is able to do so through the internet, thanks to our laptops, phones, computers, all possible through human inventions, all invented to make our lives better. But as you saw through the previous illustration, it's not making our planet's life better, as all these things allowing us to watch this video right now are causing greenhouse gas emissions and resource depletions through one way or another. Mining for metals to build such devices, transporting it to you, and most likely allowing you to charge your device up as we speak. We all rely on the Technosphere. Now, I'm not saying quick destroy these planet-harming devices. I'm simply demonstrating that the world in which we know it today relies on technology and man-made items to support nearly every single thing we do. This brings me back to the title of the video, the Technosphere. This word is used to name the material output of the contemporary human enterprise, most things we use and depend on in our everyday life. Estimates suggest a technosphere mass of approximately 30 trillion tonnes. This is 30 trillion tonnes that is a relatively new addition to our planet. In order to understand the impact of the technosphere, we have to compare it to the already established knowledge of the biosphere, a system which has functioned and evolved naturally before human existence. The biosphere may be what you consider to be nature, made up of not just the mass of its living things, but the necessary ingredients to sustain life. It has successfully recycled its own waste through being connected with each other and reliant on each other to coexist. If you think about it, you rarely ever hear people complain about nature's waste. The technosphere has created this new layer on top of the biosphere, one that is man-made, all-consuming and highly wasteful, as we are not very successful at recycling its waste. We have jumped the gun and invented materials and technologies without considering their environmental impacts. This has led to unmanaged waste and pollution seeping into and clogging up the biosphere. The chart shows the breakdown of electronic waste in 2020. Current and past innovation has led to disposability, upgrading and replacing things when newer, more advanced technologies and styles are introduced. This has generated a highly profitable industry, but one that produces valueless objects after a while. It's out with the old and in with the new. But at what expense? Our planet is suffering because of the technosphere, which upholds and propels unsustainable human existence. The answer is not to get rid of the technosphere, but to recreate and reinvent the system. What can we do? We can use our purchasing power and try not to be consumed by the technosphere, choosing to reduce consumption of unnecessary wasteful products, therefore reducing our impacts, gives power to the people. If enough of us demand change, the system will have to. Ultimately, we need a circular economy, a new economy based on designing out waste and pollution. keeping products and materials in use and regenerating natural systems. A bit like reduce, reuse and recycle, but with redesign that makes us consider any product's end of life before we introduce it into the world to avoid further environmental damage. Let's reinvent the technosphere. You can make a difference. Demand change now.